Well, some have complained of election fatigue. We are still 2 weeks away from Election Day.
And two people who are not suffering, it seems, from any fatigue or showing any signs of slowing down are the candidates themselves.
Yeah, we're joined now by KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan. And Dave, both candidates out on the campaign trail, of course, hammering those important swing states.
Well, yeah, see, now is when we find out which states the campaigns think will make or break their candidates. They're really narrowing down the states getting their attention to a crucial few, and Florida is ground zero this week. And at the same time, Donald Trump has found a new issue which he hopes will push him over the top: the rising cost of health care. On his 6th Florida campaign rally in 2 days, Donald Trump, for whom the state is a must-win, now believes he may finally have found a winning issue: big projected increases for Obamacare coverage. What's causing all the fuss is an announcement from the Obama administration on Monday that Affordable Care Act premiums will rise by an average of 25% this year.
They said 25%. Forget 20. You'll take 25%. It's going to be 60, 70, 80, 90%.
But in California, where 12 insurance companies compete for private health insurance coverage in the program, covered California officials say the average rate increase should be less than 10%. Later, at an event at one of Trump's hotel properties in Florida, he claimed his own workers are suffering under Obamacare coverage.
And I can say all of my employees are having a tremendous problem with Obamacare. I mean, you look at what they're going through with their health care is horrible because of Obamacare. So we'll repeal it and replace it.
But moments after Trump's dramatic statements, the general manager of the Trump hotel said almost none of the workers at the hotel are even covered by Obamacare. Oops.
I'd say 99% of our employees are insured through the hotel, through our insurance, and maybe there's a few that are insured through Obamacare, but very, very few because we supply it.
And when Trump called up one of his employees to vouch for what a great boss he is, he jokingly threatened him on the way.
Guy better say good, or I say you're fired. I say, who is that guy?
And Trump had plenty of tough talk for the news media, whom he has accused of rigging their coverage to defeat his campaign.
Just about the biggest part of the crooked establishment are these people right back there with the phony cameras. They're a bunch of phony lowlifes.
Trump loves to talk like a brawler, an image he pushed in an interview with the New York Times 2 years ago.
I love to fight. I always love to fight.
Physical fights?
Yeah, all kinds of fights. Physical,
arguments?
All types of fights. Any kind of fight, I loved it, including physical.
Back to the present, Trump said this about a threat from Vice President Joe Biden.
Did you see where Biden wants to take me to the back of the barn? Me. He wants it. I'd love that. I'd love that.
All right, welcome into Trump Tower Live.
And now Trump is escalating his war with the media by launching his own campaign webcast designed to look like a news program, but essentially a glorified long-form commercial for Trump.
Hello, Broward County.
Hillary Clinton is focusing on Florida as well, and focusing on getting her supporters to the polls, which just happened to be near her rally in Coconut Creek.
In fact, you can go across the street right now to the North Regional Library and cast your ballot today.
She's spending the next 4 days campaigning in 3 key states: Florida, North Carolina, and Iowa, all of which have widespread early voting programs. More than half of all the votes in those states will already have been cast by the time Election Day arrives. But the WikiLeaks email disclosures continue to haunt her. President Obama was asked a year and a half ago when he found out about Clinton using her private email server for State Department business.
At the same time, everybody else learned it through news reports.
But newly released emails from WikiLeaks show just minutes after that interview, Clinton's former chief of staff told campaign aides, "We need to clean this up." He has emails from her. They do not say state.gov.
He's caught up now, folks. This guy, he's as bad as she is.
Now tonight, Hillary Clinton has won the vote of former Republican Secretary of State Colin Powell. He announced at a business conference on Long Island that he'll be voting for Clinton. Just last month, in hacked emails that were released, Powell bitterly accused Clinton of trying to blame him for her private email server problems. Lena?